Once upon a time, there was this greedy little boy named Anansi. Anansi used to live in a village where his people were starving. It was very hard to find food in this village. Anansi's number one goal was to feed his brother, his sister, and his mom. So, Anansi, all day, every day, all he could think about was food and how to get it. So, one day, Anansi decided that he'd go out to the shore in order to try and catch a fish. He went out, sat on the shore, and tried to catch a fish. He tried many times, but he wasn't able to. So Anansi took his boat and saw this faraway island. He said, why not try and go? So he paddled and paddled and paddled and paddled until he made it to the island. In the island there was a very tall tree. On this tall tree, on the very top, there were nuts. So Anansi climbed up the tree and got the nuts, climbed back down, and he tried to open the nuts. Anansi wasn't able to open the nuts. He tried smacking them, cracking them open with his mouth, beating them. Nothing worked. Anansi was furious. He finally found food, but he wasn't able to consume it. So he threw the nuts back in the water angrily. So then he cried and cried and cried and ran in the forest. In the forest, he saw this house. Inside this house, there was an old man. The old man overheard Anansi crying, so he called him over. He told him, little boy, come tell me everything. I swear you can trust me. So Anansi decided that he'd go in and tell the man his story. He told him the story about his village and how the people were hungry and how he had to feed his family since he was the eldest brother and he wasn't able to. So the man decided that he would cooperate with Anansi. He told him, I'll help you under one condition. If whatever I give you, you'll share with the people back home. So Anansi said, okay, I'll help you. The old man gave him a pot. He said, if you tell this pot a set of magic words, the pot will provide you with food. So Anansi was so happy and he thanked the man and he told him, I'll never be able to repay you. So then Anansi took the pot and he went into the boat and he told the pot, pot, make for me what you did for the old man. So the pot then provided Anansi with food. This was the best food Anansi had ever ate in his life. He couldn't believe that he was eating and he was so happy. So Anansi, on his way back, he thought to himself, I have a pot that provides me with food. Why should I share it with anyone else? So he decided that he'd keep the pot a secret from everyone and he wouldn't give it to his mom like the old man said. He kept the pot stored away in a dark place in his room where no one could find it. Every day when his brothers and sisters would go out to look for food, Anansi would stay in and eat all by himself. Until one day, his brother got really curious how Anansi got fatter and fatter and him and his brothers and sisters got thinner and thinner. How could he get fat while he stays home while we go out to look for food? Something felt wrong. So his little brother stayed in one day and overheard Anansi saying the magic words to the pot and he got really upset how Anansi didn't share this with him. So he took the pot and took it to his mother the next day. So his mother thought, oh my God, I have a bad son. How could my son have something that provides him with food and not give it to him? So the next day the mother told Anansi, you have to go out with your brothers and sisters while I'll stay home and I'll cook you up some dinner. I'll cook everyone up some dinner. So Anansi was really mad. He didn't want to go out. He wanted to eat. But he said, okay, I'll go out with my brothers and sisters. So as he went out, the mom took the pot and took her youngest son and asked him what were the magic words. The little boy told her, he said, pot, make for me what you did for the old man. Suddenly, the pot provided them with lots of food. So the mom made dinner for her kids and then as they came back home, Anansi went back to his room and wanted the pot so he could make food for himself. And then Anansi wasn't able to find the pot because the pot was with his mother. The mother took the pot, went out to the village square and said, look what I found. This pot makes food. She used the pot many times saying, pot, make for me what you did for the old man, until the pot started melting. The pot, because it was overused, so it started to melt. Because the pot started to melt, Anansi ran to the village square and he saw his pot melting and he was furious. So he rowed in his boat, went back to the island where the old man was, ran in the forest, went to the old man and told him everything. He told him how he hid the pot and how he didn't give the pot to his mother and how his mother overused the pot so it melted. So he told him, "Can you help me and give me something else?" So the old man told him, "Of course I'll help you and I'll give you something else so you can help feed your village." The old man gave him a stick. He told him, "Tell the stick the same words that you told the pot, but instead of pot, say stick, stick, make for me what you did for the old man." And the stick would provide him with food. So Anansi rowed in his boat, took the stick, and said, "Stick, stick, make for me what you did for the old man." Instead of providing Anansi with food, the stick beat Anansi up. It beat Anansi up. Anansi started crying and fell in the water where he wasn't able to swim. So he managed to use his hands to climb back to the boat and paddle back to his village. So as he paddled back from that day on, Anansi would never, ever get anything and not share it with his brothers and sisters. The story basically teaches you that you have to share everything with your brothers and sisters no matter what. So, don't be greedy.